Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 3. This episode, I think we're going to begin the mission to take a surface outpost to Ike. So this is going to be a huge mission, and, you know, obviously I could do it in several parts and it'd be more efficient, but I'm going to try to make one massive outpost just land on Ike and say, there, did it. And we'll need Duna Ejecta as well. We'll definitely have to land in one of these biomes here. Lowlands, southeastern mountains, or midlands, to find that Duna Ejecta. And we will also need, I think we had some other Ike missions here. We had, transfer any crew between vessels near Ike. Okay, so we'll need to do that. And then, extract 600 units of ore from Ike. Okay. Acquire 600 units of fresh ore from Ike. So we'll definitely need a miner on there. And I'm thinking with the requirement that we need 6,000 units of liquid fuel, we might also need to mine and then process that ore there on Ike to get that 6,000 units. That's what I'm thinking. So we do have some other Duna missions as well, like to gather seismic sensor data from the surface of Duna. Do an advanced scan with a rover arm of a sand dune, which is on Duna as well. But we're gonna wait for those, and we'll do those some other time, I think. Yeah, but onward and upward. We have 5,535 science from our last couple of missions. Let's go ahead and go into the research center and finish off our tech tree here, and this might actually help us with some of our mission here. We got some xenon stuff, which are ion thrusters, which I've never actually even used ever. We've got some protoidine upgrades here. We've got a large probe. Why not? Take that, sure. Experimental science. We got a large holding tank. We might need that. We need 600 ore for our thing there. Then we might actually be able to clean up all of this science. Let's go ahead and grab these two aerodynamics, and then boom, we now have unlocked the entire science tree. Now have unlocked the entire tech tree, I should say. All right, so we will probably be coming to an end to this season of Kerbal Space Program, and I'm thinking I might do a season with highly modded Kerbal Space Program. So if you are interested in seeing a modded Kerbal Space Program, go ahead and leave me in the comments below the mods that you would like to see. I'll take that into consideration, and we might end up making some sort of compromise as to the mods that we include. All right, so let's get started on the look at this beautiful probe core right here. This is just great. On the outpost. So this thing, does it have reaction wheels? Yes, it does. Okay. All right, very good. It's huge. It's huge. We will need, what all do we need? We need a docking port. We need we just need all kinds of stuff. Let's put something in to hold some Kerbals. We need 7 Kerbals on this thing. This will hold 3, like so. And then these Kerbals are gonna be they're gonna be there for a while. So, do I even have any scientists here on Kerbin anymore? I think they're all. I've got one scientist, Noobles. Everybody else is out and about. I may have to do a mission to bring me some scientists back. I may have to stop by the moon and pick up some scientists. Hey, I know you've been on the moon for the last 5 years, but would you like to go to Ike? Sure. Okay. And then we also need to land this thing. And that's going to be the trickiest part, I think, because, well, it may not be too tricky. Let's see. This holds 16 Kerbals. Look at that. That's beautiful. We could just take a massive, ugly thing like that. This is more for, I think, spaceplane type things. I am just all over the place this morning. Let's see here. You can get a processing lab. So that's 3, 4, 5. Right? That holds 2. So I need space for 2 more Kerbals. And I think a hitchhiker storage would do just fine for that. Just like that. Alright. This is our this is the core of our lander. Let's go ahead and put a nice docking port on the top. That will finish it off. It needs to be able to produce its own power. So we will need some solar panels, and or I could just use some RTGs on here. How much does it actually make? Electric charge 0.8 per second. Okay, so that's not a heck of a lot, and it does produce some heat. But we will have heat reduction systems for our mining. Let's go ahead and throw on some solar panels. I like a good hardy solar panel on here. So we'll put those right here. And then we'll put on some of these guys. Alright. There. Actually, you know what? Let's do 4 of these. Oops. Like so. Something just like that. Alright, so that should be enough solar power for that. I might put on a couple of RTGs just to spruce it up a little. We could insert those somewhere like underneath these, like that. And then we'll rotate those around like that. Something along those lines there. Alright, I like that. Okay, so we've got the, this is the DVS Ike Outpost. Alright, Mark 1. Now, we need mining facilities on this thing. And in order to mine effectively, we need to be able to put them close to the ground. I wanted to do this all in one part, but we may do multiple stages. I'm going to launch it all at once, but we may do multiple stages that then get put together on the planet's surface. That's what I'm thinking. So let's think about this for a moment. As far as putting them together, I would need some sort of docking modules on. Let's get this thing finished first. Let's get the core module here finished. This will be just for this thing here. There's no fuel on this guy, so that's not gonna work out, buddy. All right, let's see here. This is 2700 DeltaV. This would land us. This would definitely put us on the ground, as far as that goes. But would it give us what we want as far as what we want? I don't know. Let's see. Let's put one of these down here. Extend the ladder. It's still not far enough. And let's put him down here. Extend the ladder. Yeah, that should be good enough to jump down to, I think. Alright, so I think I got the basics put down here. I don't know if this is enough radiation to deal with, or I don't know if this is enough radiator to deal with these miners. But we do need the ability to store more fuel. So this only has about 1500 liquid fuel, 1440 liquid fuel in it. And we need the ability to store 6000. liquid fuel, so that's a lot. So I'm thinking we could bring down some sort of docking port right here and attach a second fuel tank of some sort that would give us the 6,000 that we need liquid fuel. So some of these things are huge. I mean, or we could use several small tanks. It's just 6,000. My gosh, that's a lot. That is a lot. Something like this, see, would do the trick. But how to connect these two? I could land this thing separately and put on some sort of piston with a docking port at the end to just connect them. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and put on just so that we have some options. Let's put on a radial port right there, and let's go ahead and put a docking port on that, just so we'll have a little bit of an option at least. And we want you to spin around this way, please. No, this way. There you go. Alright. That gives us an option at least. Yeah, so we're definitely going to have multiple stages on this thing. It didn't say we had to have actual Kerbals on board, right? But we do need a Kerbal to recover the Duna ejecta, and it has to come back to Kerbin. So we would definitely need some sort of lander in addition to this, or not lander, but a reorbiter that will be able to fly back up to the mothership, and the mothership will have to have plenty of fuel left. Oh yeah, this is going to be complicated. It's going to be complicated, but this should get us onto Duna's surface, I think. I want to go ahead and launch it, and just test it out and make sure that this thing works like I think it will. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. So this is definitely going to be the core of the outpost. So let's go ahead and take this back out. Bring those back in. And bring these back in. Okay. Very good. And let's see. So now we have to get this thing to Ike. So, and then we have to get these guys with the ejecta back to Kerbin. So I could put a tiny little launch craft up here, just on top of this. Just something small like a probably a Terrier, or maybe even a Spark could do it. Maybe not a Spark. Let's put a Terrier on there. Where's the Terrier? Terrier. Got so many engines now I can't tell what's what. Put a little Terrier on there and just a little landing can. Something to hold 2 Kerbals though. And something that will hold 2 Kerbals. Where's the other lander can? There it is. Okay. Something like that. Oh, we need fuel, doesn't we? Just a small fuel tank will be fine. And I think just the smallest one will do just fine here. Something like that. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Let's get 2. it like that. Then we could transfer 2 Kerbals up from that. This does not have an atmosphere. So this would probably work. Put a reaction wheel on there and some, maybe a battery. Let's see. Oh yeah, beautiful. That'll work just fine. That'll work just fine. Let me clean these up though. Let's just do 2 of them, please. There we go, and then we'll rotate these. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to rotate these guys. There we go. So that they're facing out. There we go. Yes. Yes, this is it exactly. In fact, I could probably bring more Kerbals. I could bring 4 Kerbals. Now with this setup. Something like that. Oh yeah. We're gonna bring 4 Kerbals. We're gonna bring Veering, who has never been to Ike, right? We're gonna bring no, she's not been to Ike. We'll bring some engineers like Jim Doc, and we'll bring Noobles the scientist, and we'll bring another pilot. Bring 2 pilots. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. Alright. So that's our back to orbit module, and that of course will just go back. That will just crash onto the. Is that going to be enough fuel? I mean, that's super light. Surely that's going to be enough fuel. I wish I could. Okay, let's do this. Let's make that. Can't make this the command module. Okay, that's fine. Alright, I'm just gonna have to trust that that will work. Alright, so now let's build the rest of the rocket. And we will definitely have to do 2 stages, unfortunately. And set up the extra fuel tank. Or at least have 2 descent modules. So this will be the first one, and now we need the big mama, the big mamma jamma. I think we're gonna use the big mamma jamma decoupler. Now we'll need. Do we need a docking port? We're not gonna dock this back up, so that's unnecessary. I don't think we need a shroud either, do we? On this thing. Can I turn the shroud off? Yeah, there we go. Don't need that shroud. Alright, and then we need to put on auto struts. Boom. There we go. Alright, so now, yeah, so nothing to do there. Okay, so now we will need to put a decoupler on here, like so. We're going to use the big one. This is going to be a big rocket. I'm going to go ahead and put another one of these guys on here. Let's start between these 2 guys. has his own reaction wheels, has his own antenna. This does too. Not sure what the difference is. Oh, this one takes more juice. Okay. Well, we'll take the good one. All right. And then we are going to put on some fuel on this guy. Ooh, boy. We'll need the fairing. Just like you here. Should I put that under there? I think I should. Not yet. I don't want to build the fairing yet. Okay. There we go. You there, you there. Gonna do a clamshell for you. Alright. Now, we need to get this thing up in the air. In the air. Okay. This is what I got so far. I've got vector engines stacked up here with these guys, and I wish I could change the color of this thing here. That's okay. Can't. I got all these vector engines here, and now I need some asparagus staging to finish this thing off, I think, and then we should be, I believe, hopefully good to go. Now I don't have the 6,000. I don't have the ability to attach a 6,000. We're gonna have to do it in a whole separate mission. That's okay. I was gonna say I could try to pile something else on here, but we're stretching the limits of this thing already. Oh man, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Yay. Yay. Okay. This thing obviously needs a decoupler up here or a docking clamp. Should probably be the easiest. Just do that. And do that. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. I may not even need this. I'm just thinking. If I put this would just be space junk. I definitely need a fairing around this. Probably wouldn't hurt to have it all around all of this. So, what if we take this off and this off? Let's use the docking port for that. Bring this down here. Okay, let's build the fairing. Just like so. I can't see the top. That's okay. Do I need to? Oh yeah, I do need to, because that's awful. There we go. That's what you call a rocket, my friends. This is a tall rocket. Okay, so now we need to finish off the oomph from this thing here. So let's move this down just a hair. That's not gonna work, because that's gonna interfere with that. Okay. Well, I hope this works. I'm a little worried about the clipping on that. Yay. Okay. I think that's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna get this thing off the ground. That's gonna be a challenge. Alright, so let's get some of these guys. And we're gonna go ahead and go 4 on here. Or should we go 6? Let's put 6 on there. Let's just see if we can just do kickbacks. I don't know that they'll have enough fuel in them to do what we need to be done here. Let's get these 6 down with these and see what that gives us. That would give us what? 1.37 and then 1.20 for the next stage. And that's only 3,000 delta V. That's not enough to get us into orbit. And then the atomic motors are going to kick in. So, need to keep going. Try something else. Let's get these back down to here first of all, and then back down to 4. Okay. And then put those up there. And we're going to put on a couple of pretty hefty thrusters here. Go for these guys. Put some main cells on here. Like that. And then like so. And then put on the main cells. Like that. What does that give us? 3378 to get into orbit. Alright, that's getting closer, but not quite there yet. I'm gonna need to put on some aerodynamic cones on the top of these guys. That's too big. Where's the not quite so big ones? There we go. So put those on there. Okay. And then we'll put on the fuel lines. Empty him. Nope. That's not what I wanted. U to U. U to U. U to U. And U to U. No. U to U. No. U to U. There we go. Now. Whoo. Let's see what that gives us. Stage this up. And the first 2 that will drop will be number 4 and number 2. Right? Yep. Okay. So number 4 and number 2 will drop, and then those guys will drop. Yay, that puts us at 3518. That's barely enough to get us into orbit. Oh man, can we do this? Is this gonna work? Oh man, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be so close. Let's put some Sepatrons on here. Like so. And then on the other sides as well. Like so. Is that gonna work? Let's scoot it back a little bit. fix that. Alright. That is now all set up. I think we're ready. Oh god. 3517, that is so close. Oh god. Is it going to be enough? I just don't know that it's going to be enough. I just don't know. I just don't know. Man, this is gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough mission. I think we can do it. We can do it, guys. We can do this. I could put on some boosters, but I'm afraid they will run out before these things do. I mean, these things will run out before they do. Could put just a little more fuel on there, but the weight may make it negligible, make it not worth it. Let's just put these guys on here. How'd that do me? 3581. How about these? 3642. Oh. 3642. Man. Yay. Okay, let's try it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna go for it, guys. We are gonna make this happen. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to launch, and before I do so, I am going to get Duna in the correct alignment. Alright, so after over an hour of quote-unquote rocket design, we are now ready to launch, and we're going to see if this thing can get us to Ike. Oh man, I'm excited and nervous. So let's get ready to launch in 3, 2, 1, launch. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Look at that. Smooth as a baby's bottom. So we're going to get this thing up into the air then, and hopefully get it into orbit. The orbit is the most questionable part. Will I be able to get this into orbit? Because the amount of fuel I have is, the amount of DeltaV I have is right on the edge of an efficient orbital insertion. So if we can get our orbit, then we'll be in good shape. It'll be all a question of how efficiently can I do this launch. My gravity turn's a little more aggressive than I want it to be, so I'm having to use up some of my precious DeltaV to keep going up. The rocket just wants to go out, and that's gonna hurt me. We may end up having to do a second try at this. Alright, we have deployed our fairing. We are up into space. We only have 165 DeltaV left, and we are almost into orbit. Will we have enough? Will we be able to get into orbit with this monster? I think we will. It's gonna be close, but I think we'll have enough. I'm gonna slam on the gas as soon as we get up to our apoapsis. Should be here very shortly. And we should be able to get into an orbit with just this remaining 165 DeltaV. Oh, it'll be close though. It will be close. We might need just a tiny little bump from our atomic motors, hopefully we can get this done. Here we go. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, burn. And are we gonna be able to do it? Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, so close. I'm gonna detach those. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on these motors. Here we go. Let's get up to an orbit with these guys, hopefully before we fall back down into that atmosphere. That was so close. Oh man, that was so close. Burning up a lot of our interplanetary fuel here. Hopefully we'll have enough to get there and get back. Man, that was a close call. If I would have had just a little bit more of an efficient launch, I think we could have done that. No problem. Alright, so we're going to get this thing into orbit with our atomic motors. Again, horribly inefficient because these things have such a low thrust-to-weight ratio. But that's what we're going to do. So we're going to get into orbit here. I probably need to, yeah, let's just keep going. I was going to say I probably need to straighten up a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, we are now in orbit. So, getting all my stuff done here. Yeah, let's go ahead and map our course to Duna. And just like that, we have our intersection. That was easy. Okay, it's going to be 1311, which is a little high, but that's fine. We do want to come in and see. Well, let's just go ahead and do this burn, and then we can fine-tune that once we get into space. Alright, so the burn is in 2 minutes. We will get ready to do a maneuver here. And the burn time is we'll have to burn 4 minutes. We need to start burning right now. Holy cow. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start burning now. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. The burn time is 8 minutes. 8-minute burn time. So we're already late to start our burn. Right now, as we speak. But here we go. We're burning and burning and burning. So let's see if we can not hit Kerbal here. That would be nice. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. We are flying towards Kerbal a little bit, but I think are we gonna get into the atmosphere? Oh my God, we are. Don't get into the atmosphere, you idiot. Okay, we barely skipped off of it. Whew, that was close. Oh, we're still kind of skipping off the atmosphere a little bit. Let's bring those back in. Don't want to damage those things. Oh my gosh. That's the bad thing about having to do such a long burn. I have to burn before we get into position, which means we start skipping off the atmosphere because we're so low already. How is this going to affect my DeltaV? Oh, so many questions. So many questions. Oh man, we're getting close now. We are getting close. Of course, our maneuver was messed up, so we may not end up exactly where we thought we were going to. It looks like that is going to be the case, in which case we will have to make an additional little burn once we get out to space here. Alright. So, yes, our trajectory has been messed up, so that's what I thought. Let's go ahead and put another maneuver node here, and we'll see if we can clean that up just a little bit here. Let's see. There we go. I thought I saw a encounter with with Ike right there. Oh, we could come in with an encounter on Ike, but unfortunately, I don't know if that'll be efficient because we'll have to do a braking maneuver, and I don't think we'll have the fuel to do that. So we're gonna have to come in on Duna here. Like for it to be as close to 90 degrees as possible. It's pretty close. Oof. Alright. So we'll do this burn and we'll get it to about right there, and then we'll fine tune it once we get a little closer. Alright. So this is a 20-second burn, 1 day away. Warp to that next maneuver, and then bada bing, bada boom, do the burn. So 20 seconds to get 60 meters per second burn. That's crazy. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and speed up time to about 10 seconds. And then we'll do the burn. And then we should be in good shape here. So, ready to burn now. This should put us right into position like we want. And then we will call this episode quits, and we will do the landing in the next episode. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, throw me some likes, leave me some comments, and as always, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye. Kerbal's waiting by the window, vaguely looking down at their saw, and hoping possibly Jebediah will come home with some raw from Minmus or the moon. Maybe he'll come home soon. Was never what it once was, shouldn't really fly anymore. Either as if an answer with a sound like blowing up your ears. Ship crashes through Kerbal's atmosphere. Crowds gather as hundreds of rocks of our favorite